I didn't start with anger. I started with silence. Silence has a way of cutting deeper than rage. And that morning, as she walked through the door rolling her suitcase behind her, silence was all I had left. Her smile was forced, her hug hesitant, her eyes scanning the living room like she was returning to a place she used to belong to. She didn't know I already knew. She didn't know the flight number, the hotel, the receipts, the photos. All of it had been sitting in a neat folder on my laptop for days. She didn't know I had listened to her voice notes to him. Soft, playful, careful. She didn't dare talk to me in that tone anymore. So I simply asked, "How was the conference?" She swallowed. Long. Tiring. Productive. A lie wearing exhaustion like perfume. I waited. I wanted her to feel the weight of the room pressing against her. Then I asked the question that ended the marriage, the illusion, and whatever mask she was wearing. "Do you know what illness he has?" Her face drained to white. She didn't ask who. She already knew. That was the first confirmation. "What do you mean? Why would you—" Her voice cracked. I held up my phone. Just enough for her to recognize the photo on it. Not enough to see the details. Ambiguity is a powerful weapon. Her hands started shaking. And then she ran. Straight out the door. Straight to the doctor. But by then, it was already too late. Not because she had caught something. Not because he had given her anything. But because I knew everything. And she knew it. What she truly feared was exposure. I met her 7 years ago. She was radiant, sharp, funny. Someone who saw the world through ambition, not emotion. I mistook that for confidence. We married young, too young. And I believed in us, blindly, stupidly. For years I was the steady one, the planner, the provider, the husband who never questioned her late nights, her sudden trips, her excuses about urgent deadlines. I thought love was trust. She thought trust was weakness. 3 months ago, I noticed the changes. Not the dramatic ones, those are easy. It was the subtle cracks. The way she held her phone like it was oxygen. The way she'd smile while texting, then force her face neutral when I entered the room. The new perfume she never wore around me. The extra gym sessions. The sudden emotional distance disguised as work stress. I didn't accuse, I observed, quietly, precisely. One evening while she showered, her phone lit up. A message preview, "Can't wait for our trip. 2 weeks, just us." From him, her work husband. That was the moment my heartbeat didn't spike. It slowed. That's when I knew I wouldn't confront her emotionally. I would dismantle her strategy. I dug into everything. Her emails, her work calendar, where she had conveniently renamed their trip client training. Her hotel bookings, her conversations, her browser searches, romantic places in Turkey, how much is PCR in Istanbul, safe to drink wine after antibiotics. Each piece was small. Together, they formed a knife. I spoke to a lawyer, quietly, signed what I needed to sign, shifted assets, prepared statements, collected proof. Then I made the one move she never expected. I befriended the man she was risking everything for. I didn't confront him, I didn't threaten him, I simply asked questions. In one of his drunken oversharing moments, he mentioned he had been sick recently. Some viral infection, nothing serious. But he said one thing that stuck. "My doctor told me stress can make it flare up again." Stress. She was about to drown in it. I didn't lie to her. I never said he had some incurable disease. I simply asked the question in a way that let her imagination do the rest. People fear the unknown more than the truth. Hours later, she stormed back into the house, eyes red, hands trembling. "Why would you say that?" she screamed. "He's fine. I checked. Why would you scare me like that?" I looked at her, calm, steady. "I just asked a question," I said. Her breathing hitched. She realized I wasn't the one who ruined her peace. She did. I opened my laptop, turned the screen toward her. The folder labeled 14 days. Photos, screenshots, receipts. Her entire affair cataloged like a museum exhibit. She collapsed onto the couch. "Please, don't ruin me," she whispered. I slid a stack of papers across the table. "I'm not ruining you," I said. "You already did that. I'm just making it official. Divorce, asset division, statement for HR." Her company had a strict no fraternization policy. She looked up at me as if seeing a stranger. But the truth was simpler. She never knew who I really was because she never bothered to look. She left that night. She didn't take her bags, just her guilt. People think revenge is rage. It isn't. Revenge is clarity, a calmness that follows betrayal when you realize the person who hurt you was never worth the storm you carried for them. As she walked out, she turned back one last time. Her voice cracked. "Was there ever a chance that you would have forgiven me?" I smiled. "There was, before the trip." Then I shut the door, and for the first time in months, the silence felt like peace.